Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Chamberlain, the Air Force guy, RV Extraordinaire, coming to you from Southland RV today to show you, and I'm excited about this one. This is the Transcend 265BH by Grand Design. Now, if you're new to the channel, by all means, do subscribe. Hit that little bell so you're notified when I'm putting on new videos. And everybody like, comment, and share this video. Now, for more information on this camper or any others, contact information down below. Phone number right here, though. But reach out to me. Be more than happy to discuss any particulars, answer any questions you might have. But let's get on to this camper. Now, I'll have all the specs for this down below. And I have this same model. But as we're going through it, I'll explain kind of the differences. Mine's a 2021 model. So first thing you're going to notice right off the bat is the glass doors. Now, the cool thing about the glass doors as well is there's a window, there's an actual window, and I'll show you that when we're on the inside. Whereas I just have a peephole in the door for the bedroom. But there's a window you can barely see in the doors. Now, staying up front here, going to start up at the front, same pass-through storage, and it does have the sensor lights, so when it senses motion, it'll come on, which is very nice. Now, the difference is going to be on the off-door side here. Let me go over here. And what they have done is you've got a solar disconnect now and a battery disconnect. Mine just has the battery disconnect. Now, in here, of course, you have 110 outlet. In case you want to, maybe you have a heated water hose, or you want to put a heater in this area, you could do that. So now also in here, this is where, of course, you're going to have your freshwater connection, and this is for your freshwater fill. So while you're connected to that, you can fill your freshwater tank. That's if you're hooked up to the hose. There is another manual way, which I'll show you on the other side. Cable, satellite connection. Something very important, folks, is when you're bringing your water up through here as well as your cable, get yourself some brass wool and put that in there, because you definitely need it. Do not get a 90, because a 90 goes straight down. Get yourself a 45. You'll thank me later on that. Of course, you see the light. Now, next, what I like is the fact that they have your battery disconnect and a solar disconnect. Benefit there is when you have it stored, you can shut your disconnect off, which will turn off all the 12 volt. You go ahead and turn on your solar connect, so you connect your solar. Now you will charge your battery, but not have any power being utilized. You see my light went off because I have the disconnect off. Now watch, I'll turn the disconnect on because I have a battery power on here. It is working. Now, you do have your 40 amp MPPT. This is your charge controller, which is going to control the power coming off of the solar panels to get you the power to the batteries. So that way it'll keep your batteries, hopefully, keep them topped off. Now, I just want to give you an idea of what the solar panel will do for you. On my camper, I have just a 100-watt solar panel. It's about the same size, but I don't know how they determine the wattage coming off of it. But anyway, brought my camper. We were going to stay in a hotel for a week, celebrating Christmas and New Year's a couple years ago. Parked my camper in a parking lot. Now, it was full sun. Left the refrigerator on for a whole week. It never went down below 2/3 full, and I was able to check that on the monitor panel itself. I went over and checked on it every couple of days just to make sure, but never had an issue. So that is the benefit of having a solar panel. It allows you extended camping if you're using just 12 volt. If you wanted to, you could add an additional battery, change the battery, get you more power, maybe put an inverter on it so that you can use some of the outlets. So there are some advantages to that, but do not think that just because you have a solar panel, you're able to run your AC. So on any camper, if you're going to look at weights, it'll show you their gross weight, which this is 7,995, less the 1223, which is your cargo carrying capacity. That will give you your dry weight. Now this has a black tank rinse. I'm going to be doing a video. I never use my black tank rinse. I'll explain why in that video, so stay tuned on that. And then this is where you dump your tanks. I like the way that they do it because what you have is your gray tanks. You have two different gray tanks. You have one, as you can see, it's wide into each other right here. You have one that goes for the kitchen sink. The other one is your shower and bathroom sink, and it's all coming out the same hole. And then, of course, the pull for the black tank. So it's all right here. So one of the reasons why I chose the Transcend over some others is because I love the fact that it's the rack and pinion. That's the old style. It's heavier duty, but it's a proven track record. So as you move back, this is the back area here. This is where your water heater is. Now they've changed it to basically continuous water heater. And then you have a 30 amp connection back here. So that will run all your 110. Ladder to get up on the roof, which I'll show you here in a moment. And then on the back, it is already wired and framed there for the 𝚙𝚘𝚘𝚗, as you can see, the 𝚙𝚘𝚘𝚗 rear observation camera. Now the reason why I like the rear observation camera is because you can see behind you while you're moving forward as well as backing up. I would never recommend just a backup camera because those only work when you're backing up. See your spare tire back here, nice big storage. I did like one of the things that they did, and that is that they put this panel, it's a removable panel, so you get the back of your water heater, which is nice. I wish they would do the same thing over here because this is where you have a sprayer port as well as your fresh water connection. Notice you have a 110 outlet, which I use all the time on mine. But see, this is where you have your fresh water connection. I'm sorry, fresh water fill, because the fresh water tank is in the back. I'm going to explain that in a minute. And then you have a sprayer port here, so if you need to spray some things off. Now, with the fresh water tank, because the fill is here, you know that the fresh water tank is back here. And you see this little blue line here? This is your overflow for the fresh water tank. And let me go over a couple things with that. Okay, so let me explain a little bit about filling fresh water tank in a Transcend 265. One thing I would tell you is don't do it. Couple reasons. One, I noticed that the sway was out of control. And the reason for that is because all the weight is back here, it's sloshing back and forth, and that gave me a little bit of a hard time driving down the ocean. But on top of that, and I've heard other people have this issue, and I didn't heed what I told other people, is that blue line right there, the water siphoned out of the fresh water tank. So when I got where I was going, there was no water in it, or very little water, let me put it that way. Not enough that I could be able to use it. So I never tow with fresh water in my tank because of the location. If it was over the axles, that'd be probably a little bit different story. We wouldn't get as much sway and so forth. So just a little bit of tidbit information. Again, I give you the information and you do what you want with it. Giving you an idea of what it looks like on the roof here. It is a walkable roof. It's a little wet this morning, so I'm not going to go ahead and walk on it. And you can see there is your 180 watt solar panel up towards the front there. Now on the door side, besides the doors, the other thing they changed is the LED light strip that's up underneath of the awning. Mine just has a little light just above where you have this. This is your exhaust for the stove. But you see outside stereo speakers. You've got cable outlets, so if you want to go ahead and put a TV out here, you can, and you can plug it into your 110 outlet. So they even have a nice little bottle opener they've added. This is something new. Use this as a bottle opener, or you can use this for FIDO. Connect FIDO to that. Be sure you bring FIDO in your car before you leave. Do not leave them on there. Don't be a 𝚙𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘. Right under here, this is where you have your your LP connection. It's on the door side, so that way there you can use your grill and so forth. Now, I've had a couple issues where when I've got to the campground, my slide wouldn't go out. for whatever reason. All I did was I got my little trusty little thing for the stabilizers, put it in this little location here, and you can see it goes back to that. I turned that, and basically all that was is just a little locked up, sprayed it with some lube, and it's been fine since. So if you ever have an issue, the slide's not going out, try that, see if that loosens it up for you. So what are you thinking so far of the Transcend 265? Now, something else they've added on here is these solid steps, okay? Only downside to these is if you're putting them away wet, you better keep an eye on that, because these things are actually bolted to the floor, and you want to make sure that water does not get into the bolt holes. So just check on that as you're putting them in, and make sure that you wipe them down, and when you get where you're going, double check. So what I really like about how this Transcend layout is when you're coming in here, you can see you have nice wide open space. Now, something they changed this recently is they've put the recliners in here instead of that sofa, the L-shaped sofa, or not the L-shape, but the regular jackknife sofa. They've gotten rid of the carpet on the stairs there, but those stairs are awesome to help people get into the top bunk, help your dogs get on that bottom bunk. Then the other thing they changed is the way this curtain on the top, they had it curving around. This one's coming straight across. Nice little storage back under here, nice little hanging spot. And both of the bunks have lighting. And then, of course, if they want, they have the 12-volt connection here, your USB, as well as the 110 for power. Those are electric recliners, which are nice. And then, of course, you have the U-shaped dinette. Now, if you decided you wanted to have recliners over there, you could as well. They have a series of, it's 3 recliners that will fit in that location. I like sitting on this. I like having the dinette myself personally, because what I do is I will sit back against here, and it makes it very easy for me to go ahead and watch TV, and I'm able to keep a beverage and snacks right on the table. And it's almost like sitting in a recliner, and I'm looking straight at the TV. Now, speaking of that, looking at the TV, notice how they have the lighting. It's like lighting strips in the molding. Now, the nice thing with that as well is what they've done. As you come in the door, your controls are right here. You can go ahead and turn it down if you wish. Now, let me see. Let me turn this thing off here. This is a light. You can set that on or make it for a sensor light. But this way here, then you could, like I say, you could dim the lights if you wanted to, or you can have them bright. So I kind of like that change. After 2021, they started putting the skylight in here. What do you all think about that? And then nice counter space. They've eliminated the oven. And I can tell you, folks, I've never used the oven. I don't even use the cooktop. I use stuff outside all the time. But that gives you this extra drawer. So now you have 2 pot and pan drawers or whatever you'd like. It's kind of a nice little feature. And then they cleaned it up under here the way that they've done the draining, because what I have is, instead of, I have this here, but I also have another one across the back. So this is added depth for you, I think, which makes a big deal. Now, if you wanted to, in the Imagine, it has a counter extension. You could always put one on there if you wanted to. Just make sure it's down when you bring the slide out in. What are you thinking about all the cabinets and the counter space? You liking it? What about the bunks? Little hanging spots right there. You can always add more if you wish to. And then, of course, the dinette does fold down to a bed, and that's a nice size bed. A couple could actually sleep on that. As I mentioned earlier, because I was using it, is the 12-volt fridge freezer, and that does work very, very well. I'm hoping that they switched it up, because I had to replace a fuse, and I'm hoping that the fuse now is up towards the front, making it easier so you don't have to remove the refrigerator in order to get to the fuse. Now, one of the reasons why we selected this floor plan, besides the fact that it had the bunk beds, was the walk-through bath. And the reason for that is you're able to put your towel on the floor, throw your clothes on the bed there, but more importantly, you know, if you have company, well, you need to have some privacy, right? Well, but that allows you to close that door. Now in the Imagine, you get a window here, but the benefit of not having the window is you get this towel rack. I'd much rather have the towel rack. I know there's some people that are putting doors on this opening here, which you can get from Grand Design to make it look more uniform if you wish, if you don't want to see what you're storing in there. The other thing they changed is they've gone to 3 openings. I think they're a little bit bigger from having 4, because this is a little bit taller. This piece is a little bit taller here. We have 4 there. They're continuing with this. I never used that. This is a little bit different one. Looks like a little bit nicer. But we just put a spring bar inside. Had a shower curtain, which this helped keep it in the shower as well. And then we just put a decorative one on the outside. Now, if you check back a few videos or a few months ago, I had a shower leak under the shower, and I showed you how to remove the shower to fix the problem. Very easy, simple task. I like the fact that they're having this thing coming off the bottom, because when mine it was coming off the top, which I hated, because if I wanted to go ahead and drop this down here, I couldn't do that because I had the little thing in the wall holding it. Notice we don't have that in this shower. Now you're able to go ahead and pull this down and rinse off your body, or if you want to go ahead and pull that off and rinse out the toilet, you're able to do so. Other thing that they changed was they went to a high-rise faucet for the sink. And then this is pretty much the same as what I have under mine. So this is the bathroom. Coming into the bedroom, the only thing that really changed in here was the fact that they have the drawer up underneath here. They have a drawer there, which I don't have. And then you have this storage up above there. Nice lighting. Both sides you have the USB as well as the 110. This is a 60 by 80 mattress, so it's a residential queen. And you can put a TV over there, good sized TV. We have a 36-inch over there. I added an AC in this room. We like it cold. And then you do have a lot of storage down underneath the bed. So that is the bedroom. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2024 Transcend 265BH. Like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. I'm going to be back at you again soon. But if there's a particular floor plan that you would like me to review, check out our website. Let me know. Be more than happy to try to do a video review. And let me know if you just want a brief review or if you want an in-detail review, because I can do them both. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. Appreciate everyone that subscribes, likes, comments. You are definitely appreciated. So have a great one, and I'll see you soon. Or no, you'll see me soon. Take care.